Imagine for a moment, you have just used every last ounce of your strength to break through your shell and enter the world. You have not even opened your eyes yet. You have not seen the sky. But the heart inside your tiny chest is already roaring at 1,200 beats a minute. It is not beating that fast because you are afraid. It is not because a predator is lurking just outside the nest. It is beating like that because that is simply the price you have to pay to exist. You are a hummingbird. You are blind, completely naked, and you weigh less than a paperclip. You are so incredibly small that even a wasp could be a fatal threat. But your greatest enemy is not out there in the wild. It is right inside you. Your little body is the most insane, energy-burning machine Mother Nature ever created. And from the very first second you take a breath of air, an invisible countdown clock starts ticking. The ticking clock of life and death. To most folks, a backyard garden full of blooming flowers is a symbol of absolute peace and quiet. But to you, it is a ruthless battlefield. Every 15 minutes, your body sounds a blaring alarm. Your fuel is running out. If you do not find nectar immediately, your body does not just feel hungry. It actually begins to consume itself. It will burn through your own muscles and your internal organs just to keep that massive, roaring heart going. So you dart into the flowers with the speed of a bullet. You chase away other birds. You fight until your feathers are torn, just to defend a patch of hibiscus. Because you know the hard truth. Giving up or slowing down for even a single heartbeat means the end. There is no taking it easy. There is no time to stop and smell the roses. Your entire existence is a desperate, endless sprint against the grim reaper. But the sun does not shine forever. When the darkness falls and the bitter winter cold creeps in, the flowers close their petals. You cannot hunt for food in the pitch black, but your heart is still burning through that precious energy. How do you survive the long night? You have to use one final, agonizing magic trick. You do not just go to sleep. You put yourself into a state of clinical death. Your heart rate goes into a free fall, dropping from 1,200 beats down to barely 50 beats a minute. Your tiny body turns as cold as a block of ice. You shut down every single sense. You do not hear, you do not see, you do not feel. You just hang there on a twig, suspended on the razor-thin line between this world and the next. Your body keeps just a tiny, dying ember of life glowing inside, just barely enough to keep your cells from dying. That is the only way to make it through the dark. And every morning, when the sun finally rises, you have to spend an agonizing hour violently shivering, wringing out every last drop of your strength, just to force that heart to roar back to life. Every single new day is a literal resurrection from the dead. But somehow, all of that is still not your greatest trial. When August rolls around, a deep, primal calling wakes up in your blood. It tells you it is time to fly. Time to cross the massive, unforgiving waters of the Gulf of Mexico to find warmth in the south. Over 500 miles of wide-open ocean, Not a single flower for nectar, not a single branch to rest your tired wings, and absolutely no turning back. There is only a dark, churning sea down below, just waiting to swallow you whole if those wings stop beating for even a second. You launch yourself into the empty sky, burning through whatever tiny little bit of fat you manage to save up. The headwinds howl against you. The brutal storms roll in. All around you, there are other fragile little souls who just cannot hold on, slipping silently away into the cold, dark depths. No one will ever know their names, but you are not allowed to stop. You cannot turn around. Fueled by a sheer will to live that defies all scientific logic, you tear right through the heart of the storm. And yet, there are hummingbirds out there who have done exactly that. They have crossed that deadly ocean not just once, but 18 times over an incredible 9-year life. 18 times cheating death in a body that weighs less than a copper penny. So tomorrow morning, when you pour yourself a hot cup of coffee, look out over the back porch and see that sparkling little creature hovering by your sugar water feeder. Take a real good look at it. That is not just some fragile, delicate little ornament for your garden. That is a hardened, weather-beaten veteran. An unbroken warrior who has flown through oceanic hurricanes, fought off starvation every 15 minutes, and crawled back from the grave thousands of times in the freezing winter nights. Mother Nature might have molded them into the smallest, most fragile-looking shape imaginable. But inside that tiny frame beats the greatest will to survive this earth has ever seen. Thank you for sitting down to hear the story of these little warriors of the light with ZUMIX Bird Lore. Please, share your stories about the brave little visitors on your own porch down in the comments below.